To discuss the situation, I'm now joined by Andrew Gilholm. He's a senior analyst at Control Risks Group. Andrew, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Morning.
What do you make of these latest WikiLeaks revelations that China looks at North Korea now as a spoiled child, doesn't think it's a reliable ally?
I don't think it's particularly surprising, to be honest. I think there's been a lot of criticism within Chinese policymaking circles and academic circles for a lot of years now. There's been a lot of debate going on about whether North Korea has become a liability, but I don't think that these leaks are surprising in that respect. I don't think they're going to affect China's bottom line policy, which is still that instability in North Korea is more of a risk than the risk of continuing to be allied with North Korea.
What about this indication of a willingness to accept Korea unification under South Korea's control? I mean, do you see that eventuality?
I think any kind of reunification scenario is an extremely distant one. I think there's always been, again, a lot of debate about that within China, about the pros and cons. I don't think we should read too much into these leaks as reflecting any decisive change in China's view on that. I think it probably just reflects one set of views that are out there. I think for the foreseeable future, China is going to basically continue supporting the status quo.
What's going to happen next then, Andrew? I mean, the impasse that took place last week, how is it going to unfold? I mean, how is South Korea going to continue to react?
Well, we're definitely in for some tense times ahead. I think there's a good chance that there could be more provocations from North Korea. What's happened this month and also in March with the sinking of the South Korean naval vessel is a much higher level of provocation than anything we've seen from them in the past. The chances of South Korea responding militarily, by which I mean a limited military response to any future provocations, are much higher than in the past. But having said that, I think there's not quite as much cause for immediate alarm as some of the coverage that we're seeing might suggest, and there's still quite a lot of steps and a lot of limited provocations that can take place before this generates into a wider conflict.
And briefly, Andrew, how's this affecting US-China relations?
Well, it's certainly adding to what's already been a very difficult year. This comes at a time when China has been trying to squeeze US influence, if you like, and show that China is becoming the regional power. This situation now shows a lot of China's neighbors why there is still a role for the US and makes it very difficult for China to balance those different pressures on it.
Andrew, thanks a lot. Andrew Gilholm there from Control Risks.